Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're focused on one show in particular, and you might have already seen it from the title, as it's one thing that has set the world on fire, and mainly it's the wrestling world, and it is none other than the 2025 edition of Elimination Chamber. This show literally had me lying down on my bed, just making me feel like it was an out-of-body experience. Like completely nothing that I felt before in my entire life, which is crazy to say. But for a show of this caliber, it isn't really far from the imagination. Because honestly, from start to finish, this show really exceeded my expectations. We head into the first match of the night being the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and my god, this match was stacked to the brim, dog. Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Bayley's in this match as well. And in a significant women's match was Liv Morgan in 2025. We all know this. Bianca Belair, can't forget about her, as well as Naomi. And right as the match begins, let me tell you, we got a big return off the bat with Jade goddamn Cargill storming to the ring, not attacking Liv, but attacking Naomi instead. And let me tell you, man, Bianca sold this attack like she saw her friend getting murdered on live TV on pay-per-view. Like, this was insane from start to finish. Naomi was getting blasted into the pods and then getting smacked with the chamber gate. It was insane. Like, I was shocked. Jade gave Naomi that edge in 2009 treatment. If you know, you know. The EMTs come out and immediately tend to Naomi as Bianca's completely distraught and broken down to her core inside the pod. Liv takes full advantage of the situation at hand by completely taunting Bianca while she's in her pod, waiting to come out at number 3. Bianca gets out of her pod at number 3, and she immediately is just still broken down with the fact that Naomi is being stretchered out of the arena, which made me assume that Naomi was the one to attack Jade Cargill all those months ago on that episode of SmackDown. But hey, there's a possibility of it being just both of them, but I highly doubt it considering Bianca's actions and the way how she handled everything at the time and how everything occurred. After Liv Morgan mocking Bianca's pain some more, Liv and Bianca go straight one-on-one and have a really good one-on-one match in the process before number 4 comes out, and that being the Iron Woman for the Royal Rumble, Roxanne Perez. And she had a really good showing in this match, but she pretty much got big lead by everybody else. While it was funny for the time, Bayley comes in at number 5, and Roxanne immediately goes after her, which I'm really happy they're keeping that story going, as Bayley cleans house for the moment till it was just her and Bianca having a really good square off, shades of their infamous 2022 feud, and until Roxy and obviously Liv Morgan come in and they just take everybody else down. And like a kid in a candy store, Alexa Bliss comes in at number 6, the final entrant in this Elimination Chamber match, as Alexa Bliss just goes to town on almost everybody in the ring. Outside the ring, it could be in the ring. They got the hands, man. Roxanne got some licks in, but it just didn't help. Alexa Bliss was absolutely tearing the house down. It was so good to see her back in the ring again, as Bayley proceeds to knock Bianca out of the equation, almost leading to a near fall pin elimination. But Bayley tries to go for a rose plant into a crossface, which is a really nice little smooth dynamic between both Roxanne and Bayley, as Bayley inevitably eats an oblivion by Liv Morgan into a pinfall for the first elimination of the match. Now this part of the match had me really shook. Bianca and Liv fight it out on the top of the pod as Liv almost falls off, jockeying for position. Bianca whips Liv with her hair and knocks her off the pod, which was a little anticlimactic, not gonna lie, but Bianca followed up with a splash. And as they were showing the replays, they zoom in on Liv Morgan's welt caused by Bianca's hair, which still makes you question the laws of physics behind Bianca's hair making a whip sound effect. Like, how? But back to the match, as there's various spots and big time moves being played at hand, as Roxanne gets nailed with a code breaker, trying to go for power blocks on Bianca, and then he gets hit with a twisted blitz moonsault and gets eliminated by Alexa Bliss. Later on, Alexa Bliss tries to put away Liv Morgan and also Bianca Belair with her sister Abigail, but gets rolled up by Liv Morgan for the 1, 2, 3. And that is what seals Alexa Bliss's fate for this match as she gets eliminated by Liv Morgan. We're down to 2 as Bianca Belair and Liv Morgan just completely go at it with just really big near falls. I honestly thought Liv Morgan was going to win this match, but all it takes is Bianca hitting a KOD and pinning Liv Morgan to win the match, which honestly I love this result as it gives us a different type of vibe and feel, and it gives us something different for WrestleMania as we get Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair and potentially Io Sky in the mix, which I would really love to see. We move on to the next match now, as it is a tag team match between the hometown girl Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Now, I don't really have anything much to say about this match besides it being a wholesome match for Trish Stratus, as it is her 25th anniversary in WWE as a Hall of Famer. Congrats to her, but this match just felt like just a regular SmackDown tag team match that you would just see on a regular weekly show, but it just did its justice. That's what I will say about this match. All 4 women did really well, and I'm glad that Candice LeRae is on a pay-per-view, but this match ends with a pretty smooth salt ever for the 1, 2, 3 as the baby faces take the dub, and I really hope that Charlotte gets more involved in the coming weeks. Before we get into one of the more insane matches of the night, we get greeted with Cody Rhodes, not even looking at a reflection of himself, but looking at potentially what could be his future. But we head on into Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, as this was their WrestleMania in Toronto, Elimination Chamber. This was nothing more than a complete hockey fight. And for people that have known each other for 2 decades now, and even more than that, they damn sure know how to kill each other. Kevin and Sami start out the match with a bunch of chairs in the ring as they completely nail each other with them. And Kevin went ballistic the entire match. Both men went into the crowd and beat each other with some of the most craziest objects that you can ever find in an unsanctioned match. They made this experience so much more fun, and it really hyped up the pace for what it was going to be for the rest of the night, as Sami Zayn put Kevin through not 1 but 2 concessions tables with popcorn and a bunch of drinks, and they head back to the ringside area, but Kevin Owens was not done with them. As you might think that the trash lid is bad, Sami got put through not 1 but 2 tables. Shades of Kevin Owens in Royal Rumble 2016, if you know, you know. Sami Zayn hits on a Luva kick, only for a 2 count, just to bring out a barbed wire chair and bash Kevin Owens with it over the back. And then Owens gets hit with a blue thunder bomb onto 3 chairs. And my God, this match was the definition of insane and incensed, and I loved every single bit of it. Kevin destroyed Sami with 2 apron powerbombs for the win, as Kevin was not done there. He was looking to pretty much write Sami off TV until he got cut by the Viper himself. The Legend Killer has returned to WWE. Randy Orton came in the ring and hit Kevin with an RKO, and he was sizing him up for a potential punt kick, but Kevin saved himself from harm's way. He was about to knock his lights out. But the referees weren't safe. Not 1, it wasn't 2 either, but 3 of them caught an RKO before Randy stares at the WrestleMania sign, and that's potentially going to be in the match. And finally, Randy getting his revenge. And my God, guys, this match really spoke volumes for what was up ahead in this show. Probably one of my favorite matches of the night by far. Now we head into the main course, the main event of the night, and what everybody's been waiting for mainly, the men's Elimination Chamber match. Now, while this may be the main event in terms of matches, let me tell you, this wasn't the main event. As a matter of fact, this gets second place. On everything, bro. This gets maybe second, maybe third place in terms of this being the main match and the main thing to be on the show. Because what happens after this match is, by God, one of the craziest and most monumental moments in the history of professional wrestling. Logan Paul, Damian Priest, CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins make up this stacked Elimination Chamber match, as this match from point A to point B was insane. Probably not to the extent of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but it did its justice in terms of the insane department. But as Damian Priest comes in, he wreaks havoc over Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre's confrontation, as Drew comes in with a powerbomb, and they just go at it. I loved every single bit of it until Logan Paul comes in, which was honestly whatever. Okay, anyways, John Cena comes in the match and hits the 5 moves of doom, attitude adjustments to Damian Priest, hits a back suplex to Logan Paul to hit an AA on Seth Rollins, and then finally hits a 5 knuckle stuff on Logan Paul, sets him up for an attitude adjustment, and ruins the fun as Drew and McIntyre hits a Claymore just to get rolled up for the 3 count, as McIntyre is the first one to be gone, but McIntyre was not done there. He hits a Claymore and makes Damian Priest lie in wait for Logan Paul to hit a frog splash as CM Punk comes in and knocks down Logan Paul with a suplex and just completely annihilates him for the moment until we get the most highly anticipated stare down between John Cena and CM Punk. It's been a long time coming, but Seth Rollins ruins it by attacking CM Punk and just wanting to handle business with him. But Cena decides to intervene and go back and forth with Seth Rollins, trading blows with him till Logan Paul comes into the frame as Logan Paul gets baited in by CM Punk, gets lifted up on his shoulders. CM Punk, with a stern look on his face, hits him with a GTS and puts Logan Paul out of his misery and eliminates Logan from the match, which makes it down to 3. As we get Cena and Punk hitting a heart attack, following up with one of the most wholesome hugs, which made me shed a few tears before they went back to trading blows, and hitting a 5 moves of doom on CM Punk, only for Punk to come back, hit a knee on Cena, which follows up with a back suplex. These two were hitting 2K15 first match Money in the Bank quick time events. If you know, you know. As CM Punk is the GTS, counters by John Cena into a STF and then into Anaconda Vice. Like I said, the quick time events are crazy. CM Punk goes in with a net breaker, tries to go for an elbow, but hits Seth Rollins instead, which makes him pay. Cena hits an AA and thought that this was it. 1-2 kick out by CM Punk. But then out of nowhere, Rollins comes back into the fray, hits a buckle bomb variation, but onto the cage of the Elimination Chamber, and then puts Cena through the pod, which could have been an easy pin for Rollins, but instead goes for Punk with a pedigree, tries to put him away, but that made Rollins' life more harder as he gets hit with a GTS and then an AA by John Cena, and then Punk falls into the cover and eliminates Seth Rollins, and makes it go down to 2 again, as I thought at some points Punk was going to win this match. But Rollins had different plans instead by hitting CM Punk with a curb stomp, and then Cena took advantage with the STF, knocking CM Punk out completely and hits him with the GGs as Seth Rollins screams "die" as he wanted CM Punk's dream to die, as Cena's dream has become a reality as Cody Rhodes comes out. And not only that, The Rock and Travis Scott come out and brings more pressure onto Cody Rhodes as he needs to make the decision. Rock really tried his hardest to really sucker Cody in, but Cody kind of baited everybody into thinking that he was going to join Rock, but instead he drops the ultimate FU to Rock, and in the end, Cena daps up Cody Rhodes, which leads to the most sinister and most maniacal heel turn of them all, as Cena pretty much turned the whole wrestling world upside down with a low blow, a bunch of punches, ground and pound, a mic shot to the head of Cody, making him bleed with the title, and has it up in the air as every single person in that arena was pretty much standing up on their feet. This for a long time was pictured as a myth, something that would probably never happen in professional wrestling, but it damn sure happened. And it'll probably go down, and not even probably, it is the greatest moment and greatest heel turn in WWE history. This heel turn is one of those monumental events in history that will just leave you shook and having no idea what the hell just happened. It reminds me of 2010 when LeBron was making the decision to take his talents to South Beach. Superman turning to the dark side, Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader, Austin making a deal with the devil, and you can't forget Hulk Hogan turning his back on the people at Bash at the Beach 1996 to create one of the most craziest and controversial factions of all time. Cena's heel turn proved to me that it was not only for the faint of heart, but it was a detrimental thing that was bound to happen, especially after his press conference appearance at the Royal Rumble, where he pretty much said that winning the 17th world title is best for business, and he deserves to be in the Elimination Chamber, which was a true indicator to me when I first listened and watched it. I was like, okay, this is not John Cena. This isn't a guy that I grew up with. This guy was pretty much Terminator, reincarnated into John Cena. Like, it was insane. But John finally did it. He turned heel, and everybody is either sad, happy, or mad. And I cannot wait for what WrestleMania has in store. And I hope you guys went on to enjoy this video. Make sure to like, sub, and comment. How do y'all feel about John Cena's heel turn? Because personally, for me, I think it's a personal W, and it's something off the bucket list for me. See y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Take care. Peace.